Something really interesting happened when I was watching this episode on Thursday. I woke up, it was pretty early, and I saw this episode of Itachi, and afterwards, I read One Piece and then I watched the Civil War trailer. And after I'd done all those videos, I was gonna do this, but then I just couldn't remember what had happened in the episode. It was just like I went back and I was like, wait, what even happened? I mean, I remember Sasuke's resting bitch face. That was phenomenal. It's amazing how, like, even as a little baby, he still had the ability to look at you and make you feel like you couldn't be less important to him. I feel like the human brain has this ability to filter information so that we only remember the stuff that is crucial and important and really relevant to our lives. So the fact that I couldn't remember I remember some like certain things here and there, but I actually had to go back and watch it. And so, it was kind of alarming that I didn't remember, but then the second time I watched the episode, or the second time that I skimmed through it, I realized that I didn't need to remember it because a lot of it is just repetition of stuff that we already know. We know that Itachi's a genius. We know that he loved Sasuke. We know of the Uchiha conflict with Konoha. And, by the end of the episode, the massive cliffhanger, tune in next week moment was we're going to divide, Itachi's class into groups, into the squads. Wow! Like, I mean, it's okay, don't get me wrong, I love Naruto, but my question to you, and this is the main intention of this video, is to ask you, what is your relationship with the anime at this point? Because I know I think the fandom is pretty much split in terms of whether or not they actually like watch and enjoy the anime at this point. I know some people are just basically waiting for the anime to go back into and animate the last final chapters of the manga so that can end, like the ending of Naruto Shippuden, and after that I think some people are going to walk away. We still have a chapter written by Kishimoto coming. They said coming in spring. I think March 20th is the beginning of spring. So that should be fun when it's released. And it's coming out pretty soon. And I did get some comments, people asking me, where's the Itachi Shinden review? And, I'm not ignoring you, obviously. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing this. It's just that, I was watching the episode and I felt like, damn, like, it's beginning to feel a lot like filler. It's beginning to feel a lot. Anyway. And then, was it just me, or did they just straight up reuse the animation for the Kyuubi invasion of Konoha from the Kushina flashback? It looked exactly the same. And this inner feeling that I had about the episode, feeling a little bit fillery, only got worse when I saw the preview for next week, which has Itachi wearing some cat ears. I mean, how many of you actually read the light novels? That is, because that's what the anime, these episodes are based on. So how many of you actually read the content in those light novels? Because to me, it's kind of like, is that in the light novels? Like, is this really like an accurate adaptation? But even then, it's not like the whole thing with the girl. I think that's going to be explored in next week's episode as well. I was interested at first, because Toby did mention that Itachi had a lover and that he ended up killing her. The bottom line of this whole thing is that essentially, in a nutshell, every character that is shown in this section of the story, with the exception of Sasuke, is going to end up dead. Spoiler alert. So I don't know, like, I wanted to know more, but at the same time, it's kind of like, no, these characters are going to die, and I'm either going to like them, and this is the only chance that I'm going to like them, because they're not really part of the main story afterwards, or, it's going to feel like filler. So the show's kind of flirting with those two notions at this point, and that's why I'm torn, and that's why I'm asking, how do you feel about this? And as some of you may know, Itachi is my favorite character. So it's not like it's a pain in the ass to actually watch these episodes. It's not, because he's still my number one. But then again, I can understand, like, there's people that say, oh, they're just milking the anime. They're milking it, it's a bunch of milk. And I can understand because it's like, yeah, they want to keep the animators employed. To me, that's a good enough reason to. If it produces jobs, I mean, it's not hurting anybody, at least not directly. So it's okay. And another thing that I realized, and I forgot to mention this about the episode, was that there's this one point after the Kyuubi attacks Konoha, the village elders, the leaders of the village, decide. They say, "Oh, we gotta have the Uchiha, in a specific part of town that is barricaded, that is separate from the other villagers, because they can use the training fields because they're the police, right?" And then they say, yeah, this was happening back in Tobirama's age, and they led a very isolated life, and they were living away from the other villagers, right? But then I thought that never really changed, and so in this case, it kind of made it seem as if, well, at one point they were included into the community of the village, and then after the Kyuubi attack, they're sent back into isolation and back to being excluded. And not only that, but there's some watchtowers. So they're being watched because historically speaking, the Uchihas have always been labeled as the dangerous minority. That's why they have to, we have to build a wall around them. And then something that I really took away from this episode was the conversation that Itachi had with Shizui about how, like, we don't understand why there's so much hate and conflict, but we want to stop it. If there's a way that we can stop it, we'll do that. And that's the core of Itachi's character. That he cared so much about stopping the bullshit that he ended up giving up not only his life, but the life of pretty much everybody he cared about except for Sasuke. And just looking at the news, and that's another thing too. I get like the standard request. Where's your Naruto review? And, I love doing these videos, but at the same time, it's like there are so many things going on in this, specifically this year, right? Politically, there's just so much bullshit going on. It is incredible. I know some of you don't care about this. I understand. Some of you are from other countries, and some of you just go on YouTube to be entertained. I get that. So I'll make it quick. But the political environment in the U.S. at this point is just horrendous. It is a fucking shitstorm, and it's really sad that this country used to represent something. It used to mean something to people. It used to be about like offering opportunity and having the ability to reach certain dreams. This used to be a place where people could grow as individuals and as a community for the betterment of everyone involved. And somewhere along the line, we lost that. That shit got replaced with hate, with wanting shit easy, with discrimination, with sex culture, and I'm not talking about a healthy amount of sex, we're sexual beings, that's okay. I'm talking about everything's about getting laid. Rape is all over the place, all right? People are afraid of people because they don't know each other, and you know why they don't know each other? Because, yeah, this is what we do. Public places, boom. And then people like Kim Kardashian get glorified. And let me tell you, right, she's a very attractive woman. I don't think anybody is disputing that. But at the end of the day, like after you're done using your hand or whatever you use, like don't you feel empty? I feel empty about this entire thing, to be honest. There's just so much bullshit coming in front and center. It's ridiculous, both socially, politically. And listen, I don't care what political party you support. Personally, I don't support either. I really don't. Like, I've learned long ago that, like, both parties are kind of like, they're a different cheek of the same ass, pretty much. You just have to pick which cheek you like a little better. But seriously, though, I don't care what party you support, but it's like going back to what Naruto taught us, what the message was, is that hate and violence will always, always breed more hate and violence. And I think somehow we forgot all that. We just don't remember it. We've been in filler for so long that it just, boop. Like, sorry if this kind of turned into a rant. I could talk about this shit for hours, so. Yeah, Tell me your thoughts down below. Let me know if you're interested in like me keeping reviewing the Itachi episodes. Subscribe to my channel for more content, and I really don't care for this video. Again, I don't care if you like it or dislike it. That's all good. Bye.